welcome to the start of hopefully what is many Speedpaint videos to come. My name is Ali Rose and I am an Australian art student, well, technically an animation student, and basically I'm posting speed paints to not only share my art with you guys but monitor my own progress. Hopefully if I stick around for a few years and keep posting, I'll be able to go back to the first ever video posted, aka this one, and see what progress I have made. Before I get too into it, I'm sorry if I sound horrific. I am fairly sick at the moment and have been stuck at home. That's why this video has been created now rather than later. And I'm trying not to be too loud because it is 9:40 p.m. and my housemate is sleeping in the room next door. So as you guys can see today, I'm kind of working on a piece of my son Todoroki, and I just sort of wanted to do a voiceover and talk to you guys while I do so, or post doing so, seeing as this is a speed paint and I have already drawn and recorded it and edited it down, and now I'm doing the voiceover. So as you guys can kind of see, my art style is far from perfect, I suppose. I would technically say that I'm an amateur. I've been drawing for some unknown amount of years. I didn't really keep track. I'm 20 now, and have been drawing since I was little, but I don't think I really stuck into it until maybe the final year of high school, and then in my gap year I hardly drew anything at all. And then once I started at university, which, as I mentioned, I'm an animation student, so once I started at university that meant that I was drawing all the time. And the difference in my art style from when I started back then to what I've come up with now is drastically improved, but it's still not, top of the line, magically perfect. There are many artists out there that are so much younger than me that are already doing so much better than me, and it's just kind of the way that it is. It's everyone reaches their goals at a different time. Some have to practice more than others. It just how it be sometimes. It be like that. But yeah, I've made a lot of mistakes in this video. I've had to go back and forwards. My hands were not cooperating with me as well as they probably should have today. But I'm not afraid of showing you guys that, every artist has their ups and downs, and I guess today was just one of those down days, but I still kind of produced something that I was decently happy with. I mean, it's Todoroki, how can you not be happy with him? And, while I don't draw the best, I still quite often get asked by younger generations usually. I'm part Italian, I have a very large family. There's always lots of cousins buzzing around at family events, and usually I bring along something to draw with, and they're always like, oh my god, how do you draw so well? This is cool as, I want to be able to draw like that. Can you teach me? And it's, I guess all artists know this, the same thing you tell them every time is, alright, practice a lot. We can't exactly sit there and teach you all day, so the best thing I reckon for growth as an artist is practicing a lot, reference imaging. I even reference image this, I'm not scared to say it. I had it in sketch form at the start because I went through 20 different poses and I couldn't figure anything out, so I was just like, alright, come on Google, give me different male poses that I can sort of look over and get a better idea at what I'm doing today. Just because I'm being sick, my head isn't quite on straight today, but regardless, anytime that I'm struggling, I do that still. There's no shame for an artist. I know a lot of people are sort of gatekeep, you know, like, you can't reference this, you can't reference that. It's rubbish. Ignore them, don't listen to them. References are your absolute best friend at all times. But yeah, references and practice. I know when I go through a growth stage in my art style, I tend to have this period of time, and it could be a couple of days, it could be a couple of weeks, it could be longer, where I just hate every single piece of my own art, and I get angry with it, and I can't draw anything that I'm satisfied with. And it's usually because I'm about to make a drastic change and level up in my art style, and once I push through that, and once I've, like, you know, just gotten those sketches out there, or even sometimes just like taking a break, even just taking a break for a week or more, even depending on what uni allows, because usually I have to draw for class. But those times where I'm able to take a break and just give myself time until, I always call it a craving to draw, just kicks back in. I'm like, I have to draw, I'm itching to draw. If I don't draw right now, I'm gonna go crazy. So that's pretty much what I do. I either go absolute ham, drawing, sketching, referencing, pose work, or even drawing something that's completely different than what I usually draw, and just going nuts, or taking that break. It can be really essential to growth and change, and bettering your style as an artist. So if you guys fall into a rough patch, or you want to know how to get better at art, become an artist, those are the top tips that almost any artist will give you. I'm probably forgetting a ridiculous amount of stuff, but maybe in a future video I'll cover the gap that I've left once again. So as for the piece I am currently working on, you would more than likely have noticed that it is our boy Todoroki, as I've mentioned earlier, my son. I really kind of just wanted to draw a soft boy Todoroki, you know, give him a sweet jumper and rainbow striped pants, even if it was just a little bit rainbow. It had to be in there somewhere. I didn't really stick to the traditional style, you know, every artist has their own style, and this is just sort of part of mine. Usually it gets a little bit better, but I feel like I've undone my hard work, that I sort of pushed my style forward doing a little bit of Inktober, which I got to like day 7 and I couldn't go on anymore. But I feel like I really developed a little bit there, and then kind of got set back a bit today. Yeah, on the topic of growth as an artist here, I've seen a lot of Speedpaint artists on YouTube, and they just seem to have so much of an easier way of drawing and colouring everything in, and I know looking at a Speedpaint can make it look like it was so much faster, but this one still took a good 2 to 3 hours to draw up, and it was a struggle to condense it down to only whatever this is, 17 minutes. So, you know, maybe there's some of you guys out there that do have easier ways to do certain things, and maybe I am doing something wrong. And if anybody wants to leave any helpful tips and comments down in the comment section, I will definitely read them and try to do them in my own time, and see how I go with that, because I am still very much learning, and any tips and tricks are appreciated. And if you guys had any other comments and questions and stuff, like, feel free to leave them down below. Depending on how this goes, I could eventually do a Q&A, could do a live Q&A depending on how that goes, but for now this is just the first video of, as I said, hopefully many to come if I can keep this up and if it's well received. I probably shouldn't get too overexcited and think too far ahead. I mean, knowing my luck, people will probably almost scroll right past this video at all times, and I might get 10 views, so to all 10 of my potential viewers. hi, I hope you've enjoyed your stay so far, and I hope you continue to enjoy your stay. And for now, I think I'll leave it at that and let you guys enjoy the rest of the Speedpaint. If you guys have any even future requests, also leave them down below. I'll probably only do characters I know. But otherwise, thanks for watching, guys.
You